welcome to MaiMoments, the best channel for makeup and hair tutorial and also products review. Today I'm gonna share with you one of my insecurities is that I have pretty big nose, but don't worry, through the power of makeup, definitely I'm able to make it much smaller, structures, and slimmer. So let's get started. Step number one, before we begin with a nose contour, definitely you have to fill in those eyebrows. You're probably thinking, well, I'm not here for an eyebrow tutorial. I'm here for a nose contour. Well, you're in the right locations. The first step of the reason why we fill in our eyebrows because it's going to frame our face and also have a guideline to where you're creating those fake nose bridge that technically I don't have. And as you can see, if I look on the side, it's barely even there. So we're going to make the illusion that my nose is actually taller and slimmer. My family and friends technically make fun of me because I have such a big nostril, so they basically call me like the dragon in the lion dance. If you don't know what that is, it's basically this right here. It's mean like good luck, blessing, rich, I don't know, but technically is a good thing. So I'm just going to keep it without doing surgery. But if you have a nose like me and you decide to do surgery that is going to be good for you as long as you be happy with it, and then I'm gonna show you how to tweak it to make it even better with contours. So I'm looking pretty crazy with only one eyebrows filled in, but technically I want to show you the difference how you are going to start. As a basic guideline of how to fill in your eyebrows, they would say like put the eyebrows brush on the side of your nose, so on the side of the nostril, and as you can see, if I put it aside, oh my gosh, look at how crazy gap is, you know. And then if I have my eyebrows further apart, my bridge will not be as tall, and I definitely want to create those illusions. That's why I decided to actually placing this as a guideline on top of the nostril, so right here, and it's going to be perfect for my feature. So pick yours and see which one will work for you. You definitely need to do some experiments in order to know exactly how it's going to look. So now my eyebrows on the left side, I'm not going to start on the side, I'm actually going to start right here. Do you see that? I barely have any hair there, but don't worry, this is amazing products that can definitely fill it in. I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Pomade, and this color is a medium brows.
First, what I'm going to do is basically draw an outline. It's going to be easier for me to fill it in later on.
For the high point, you're going to direct the angle of your eyebrows brush on the side, and as you can see, this is going to be perfect for me, and that will be my high point. And my end point is going to be at the end of my eyes right here, and that would be the end point. So it's going to be right somewhere right here.
Once you drew the guideline, just fill it in and use the concealer to refine it. If you still need help how to draw your eyebrows, here's a video for that.
I totally get it. It is very frustrating to fill in your eyebrows because you definitely want it to be twins, but sometimes it come out like, you know, different sisters. But as long as you can get it to be the same as closely, that's all it matters. So just try your best, and now we're moving on to the next step. So after I already finished my eye makeup and foundations, I'm going to use a concealer to highlight my feature. This is a colors light neutral. It's basically 1 or 2 shades lighter than your foundation colors that you pick for your face.
So here's the basic way you should highlight on your forehead, under your eyes, on your cupid bow, under your chins, and also the bridge of your nose.
Whenever you're trying to blend the bridge of your nose, just to make sure that you're going down in a straight line. And if you're going to look down, you see a better straight line. So I would do that, and then just using a tapping motions until it's all blended, and make sure it's going to be straight as possible, so don't move any other places. And what I'd like to do is actually squeeze the top and just target that nose bridge. The reason why I'm using a lighter colors of concealer to highlight my nose because I definitely want to show that off. If you want to hide your imperfection, you're going to use a darker colors to basically create a more defined look. And that's why I'm going to use this Hoola Benefits. This is the color Original Bronzers. They do have a lighter one. If you are a lighter skin than me, then I recommend for you to use that. But if you have the same kind of skin tones as I am, then you're definitely able to use this perfectly. I have tried so many different bronzer to contour my nose, and one either is going to look cakey, muddy, or it would not blend. For instance, this one is also a really good bronzers, don't get me wrong, but whenever I try to contour my nose, it does not come out as how I like it to be. Another thing that is so critical that you must have is the correct brushes. This is basically so perfect for your nose contour, and it's from James Charles like brush kit that he sell by Morphe, and I don't know if they sell it individual or not. I would say definitely get you one of this because first of all, the angle is so right and it's fluffy to where it's blending, not creating those harsh lines. So before I begin to dip my brushes into this bronzer, I need to clean them first. Since this dense is going to compact a lot of products in there already, which is going to cause a streak mark. So here's the trick. Instead of like buying like $10 brush cleaner, I'm just going to use this like hair piece that's actually going to create a perfect bun, and I'm just going to clean them. It worked like a charm, you guys, and you basically save yourself a lot of money. So what I like to do is actually target only on the tip, okay? Dust out any excess. So as you can see how I angled the brushes, actually this shorter size, I'm going to place right here.
But this time I'm going to create the fake bridge, and that is so critical that that part is going to be darker than the other spot. And you can see that it's automatically is going to pop out the bridge on the top.
Can you see that I basically already refined my nose as just this technique here? You don't want to use a lot of products, just basically using a, two tap, 1, 2, and then tap out the excess. So I'm going to do the same to my left side. As the shorter ends, I'm going to place it closely to the beginning of my brows.
So keep in mind that it's easier to build up the colors versus that you're going to apply too much and regret later on. You can always apply more, but taking off is such a struggle. So when I'm done with the top arch, I'm going to draw the side of the bridge, make sure that it's going to be straight and lightly blended in.
So I'm using the side of this brushes and lightly apply all the way down.
For the tip of my nose, I'm just going to drag the brush down my natural nose line and keep going straight down because I don't want to create a shorter nose. I'm not going to cut toward the bottom. What I'm going to do is just drag all the way down because that is best for my feature. You do need to adjust how you want it based on your nose shape. If you accidentally apply too much bronzers, don't worry, just use your hand and lightly rub it in. Your hand tends to do a really great job of cleaning up and also soften up the look. When it's come to contours, it definitely needs a lot of attention of blending. So the more you blend, the better it is. It's never enough.
So the next step, you do have an option. Either you're going to use a beauty blenders that have a perfect edge like right here, or you can actually use a beauty blender buff. And today I'm going to use this product with this translucent powders from Air Sponge. It is a translucent extra coverage, then definitely you can buy it at Walmart. It is very affordable. And I'm going to pour some on this cap. And what I'm going to do is grabbing this product and I'm just going to use the edge of it. And I'm going to dip it on the edge.
Apply the translucent powders closely as possible to your bridge, but don't covering your bronzers that you have applied. Do the same thing to the other side. Make sure that it's going to be the same width.
So you want to bake this area. So definitely you can wait until like 2 or 5 minutes, however you want it, but don't bake too long because it's going to give you a flashback. So what I tell you is probably bake like 2 to 5 minutes and then dust it off. But this is going to be perfect right now. So the next step, I'm going to puff off any excess.
I found it's much easier to use a large eyeshadows blending brush to dust off any excess, because it is more precise versus if I'm using a foundation buffing brush. The leftover powder I like to sweep under my eyes. This is going to help brighten up your eyes. Also, it's going to give it smooth and blur illusions. Since my nostril is pretty big, I'm going to use a bronzer to basically hide it. So I'm going to blend it on the side, and it's already going to create illusions that I have a smaller button nose. Just in case if you need a touch up or lighten up the colors, you can use a damp beauty blender to do that using a dabbing motions, and it will come right off.
So if you want your nose to look even taller and slimmer, then definitely you need this product. This is the Ofra Nikki tutorial. So basically we're going to use a highlighter to basically draw a line on the top of our nose and the bridge, because we are going to infinitely show that part off. And what I'm going to use is a very small detail brushes, and I'm just going to grab the colors.
So I'm going to start off the tip of my nose, and I'm just going to draw a straight line downward like this. And I'm going to draw another line between my eyes. Just make sure that it's going to be perfectly in line, because you don't want a crooked nose. Now I'm going to use my ring fingers and actually blend it out. I don't like to use a brush because it does not give the soften up look, and I don't want it to be spreading out everywhere. So this is just perfect. So I see that I need to add a little bit more in order to really define that area. But if you find that it's going to be perfect, and you can stop from there. And lastly, add a lot of setting spray because your nose will tend to shift. And yes, makeup do shift throughout the day.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to be part of the family, so subscribe, ring the bell for more notifications. And by the way, there's another 2 video waiting for you to click because it makes specially for you. As always, love yourself, stay motivated, peace out.